Hello guys, this is Raptormon132 here, and welcome to my very first deck profile of Raidraptors. Yep, as you guys probably know, I actually competed in the YCS. I didn't come out on top, sadly, but that's alright. But I wanted to show you my Raidraptor deck to show you what I was playing against, and you can also, if you don't know, I actually was on the live stream, so if you guys saw, you probably saw the strategies I did. So anyway, I'm going to start with the profile of the Raidraptor deck. So let's get started. First, 3 Raidraptor Vanishing Laniuses.
Turn around.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Thank you, cameraman.
It's alright.
Anyway, 3 Raidraptor Vanishing Laniuses. They're good for getting out your, special summoning your Raidraptors quickly. And, yeah, so you can make 4 Strix and all those other monsters. 3 Mimicry Laniuses. Now, these are good for sending to the graveyard to banish and add Raidraptor cards from your deck to your hand. And they're also good for increasing your monster's levels by 1 level. So if you have 2 Mimicry Laniuses, you can make Revolution Falcon very, very quickly. Next, 3 Fuzzy Laniuses. These ones are good for special summoning if you have a Raidraptor on your field. And yep, and when you send them to the graveyard, you can add a another Fuzzy Lanius to your from your deck to your hand. So basically you summon 4 Strix and you search with 4 Strix by detaching Fuzzy, and you add a Raidraptor card to your monster to your hand, and you add a Fuzzy Lanius, so you get 2 for the price of 1. A good deal. Next is 3 Lastrix. These ones are good for for summoning monsters out of your extra deck. So you can make Ultimate Falcon very quickly, or if you want, you can add you can summon Revolution Falcon easily, or Satellite Cannon Falcon, or I think you get the deal. Or you can make the 7 Sins by summoning Ultimate Falcon and then overlaying for the 7 Sins. Next is 2 Tribute Laniuses. These ones are good for for attack, as well as sending Raidraptor cards from your deck to the graveyard. So it's like a Foolish Burial, and you can use that for mainly either Mimicry Lanius or Raidraptor Readiness.
You can actually send Raidraptor cards, not just their monsters themselves.
Yep, that's true. Thanks, cameraman. Yep. Anyway, 2 Raidraptor Singing Lanius. These ones are good for special summoning if you have a Raidraptor XZ monster. So but you can only do it once a turn. And followed by 1 Pain Lanius. This one is good for summoning out if you have a good combo for this is by using it with after Singing Lanius, you can special summon it and you only take 100 points of damage. So it's a good price. And finally, we have 2 Maxis for drawing power, for when you're facing opponents with a lot of special summoning. Right, that's it for the monsters. Now let's go for the spells. Over here. Okay, first off we have 1, 2, 3 Allure of Darkness. These ones are good for drawing power, like banishing a dark monster, considering that all Raidraptors are dark type monsters. Gives you additional drawing power. Next we have 3 Rank Up Magic Skip Force. This is really good for summoning out XZs very quickly, and you can summon more than one per turn. So a good combo is by having Lastrix on the first turn, and this summoning out Ultimate Falcon very quickly. And next we have 3 Cattle Call. This one is good for XZ summoning too. Like for instance, if you go on the first turn, you have Vanishing Lanius and Lastrix. You can summon out 2 Ultimate Falcons. So like you can use this to XZ summon or a special summon a Raidraptor, like a Wing Beast or Beast Warrior extra deck monster from your extra deck, and but its effect is negated and goes to the graveyard at the end of the turn. So you could, like, if you play your cards right, you can summon out 2 Ultimate Falcons in 1 turn, which is very consistent. But you can only activate 1 Catacall per turn. Next, we have Rank Up Magic Soul Shave Force. This is like the Monster Reborn for Raidraptors. They can but you pay half your life points. You can summon out a Raidraptor XZ from your graveyard, special summon it, and overlay it for another XZ monster that's 2 ranks higher. So you could, and it doesn't specifically say you have to summon a Raidraptor XZ monster that's 2 ranks higher. You can summon out any type of XZ monster, like a common combo is by summoning 4 Strix and with this, and then overlaying it for Cyber Dragon Infinity. So that can be quite handy, and you can activate more than 1 of these per turn. Next, we have Instafusion, summoning out Norden, and like this is one where you can use to summon out 4 Strix, and yeah, that's handy. Next we have Raidraptor Call. That's good for summoning out another Raidraptor monster from your deck or hand, and but you can't activate any summon any other Raidraptor monsters except for Raidraptors. Next we have 1 Raidraptor Nest. That one is good for searching power, so you could get out like any Raidraptor monster in your graveyard or deck, and add it to your hand, so that's handy. Next is 1 for 1 for summoning out Lastrix, so you can send a Raidraptor monster from your deck to the graveyard and summon out a Lastrix, and go for Ultimate Falcon or 7 Sins very quickly, and followed by Raigeki for destroying him, breaking your opponent. Right, so that's the spells. Now let's go for the traps. And note, this is going to be a very short one. So for traps, we go for 2 Raidraptor readinesses. These ones can save your Raidraptor monsters from being destroyed by battle, and you can also banish it to save yourself some heavy damage. Pretty handy. Next we have 2 Raidraptor Gusts. That's good for negating spells and traps. And then we have Solomon Warning for for negating a special summon. So yeah, that's the traps. Now let's go to the extra deck. Extra deck, you have, I run 3 Raidraptor 4 Strixes. These ones are for, as you guys probably know, they're good for searching, as well as good for defense and attack, and for summoning out rank 6 XZ monsters, like with Soul Shave Force or Skip Force. I think you get the picture. Next we have 1 Raidraptor Rise Falcon. This one is good for attack, so you can you can target a special summon monster, that the strongest one if you want, and you can it can gain the attack, and it's permanent, and then you can attack all of your opponent's monsters once. But it's a good thing it's not like the anime where it gains the attack points of all special summon monsters, because if that was, this one would be on the ban list straight away. Anyway, next we have Raidraptor Revolution Falcon. This one is good for attack and defense. as well as destroying your opponent's monsters, and best part of all, if it battles a special summon monster, the attack and defense go to 0. So you can destroy them with no problem. Next we have Cyber Dragon Infinity for the Skip Force combo. So yeah, that's good for negating your monsters, or your opponent's monsters, spells and traps, and good for absorbing them too. Next we have Satellite Cannon Falcon. This is good for attack as well as breaking your opponent. So if you can XZ summon this, you can wipe out your opponent's spells and traps, and this is good for dueling against opponents that have back row, given the fact that you can avoid traps like Solomon Warning, Solomon Strike, even the trap holes and all of that. And it can also weaken your opponent's monsters too. So it's can get you out of tough jams, and it can activate the effect at any time. Next we have 2 Ultimate Falcons. Now these ones are the big ones, like the big bosses to summon out. The best thing to do is to get these out in the field quickly. So yeah, this makes the deck more consistent to bring these 2 bad boys out. So basically it can either weaken your opponent's monsters, or it can weaken your opponent's life points. So each end phase, either 1,000 points of damage if they have no face-up monsters, or 1,000 attack points weaker for their monsters. So it's really good for that. Oh, I almost forgot. These have a effect that they can't be affected by any card effects. So there's only a couple of ways around them. Next we have number 77, the 7 Sins. This one is good with Ultimate Falcon, but it's you only use this if you're beating down your opponent. So it's good to have this as like a beatdown for your opponent. Next we have number F0 Utopia Future. This one is good for defense and to take your opponent's monsters, so you can summon out with 2 Force Strixes. And yeah, I think you guys know what this does. Next we have Castel, good for returning your opponent's monsters. And last but not least, Norden, Elder Infinity Norden for summoning out monsters. Right, so that's extra deck, and now we'll go to the extra. Side deck. For side deck, I run 3 Magical Spring. This one is good for for pendulum decks like Metal Foes. So if they summon out 2 Metal Foes with the same level, you can activate this to a little bit of drawing power. Next we have 2 Twin Twisters for destroying back row. 2 Royal Degrees for back row. 2 Flying Seas for XZs. 2 System Downs for machine-based decks. 1 Kaiju Spring. Well, 2,
Humongous.
Yeah, Humongous Spring. 1 Kaiju Gamarel. Galicium, sorry.
Gamseal.
Oh, Gamacil. And 1 Vanity's Emptiness. So, yeah. So that's guys, that's the deck profile for the Raidraptor deck. So, yeah. Sorry I wasn't that much professional. It's my first time, but yeah. Either way, I hope you enjoy it, and hopefully I shall get onto other videos as soon as I can when I get the chance. But until then, thank you all for watching. This is Raptormon132 saying bye bye everyone. Bye bye.